Good evening to all. Uh, we are discussing about the crushed sand or artificial sand. Some of the advantages of the using of artificial sand is it is eco-friendly. It is available at a fairly low cost. Then it is used everywhere. The engineers and the researcher, concrete expert, I recommend to use the crushed sand for the construction purpose. It is a best alternative material to the natural sand. Natural sand is not available in that much quantity as we want for the construction, because right now if you are looking around us, then there is a lot of construction activity going on in our living area. So to meet the requirement of the natural construction materials, then there is a scarcity or non-availability of the natural construction material. So there is a need to use another material which is having same property. So crushed sand is one of that material which is having the property of the sand. So very important property of the crushed sand is it can create a good kind of bond with any kind of material. So if you are using the sand aggregate, any kind of aggregate, then crushed sand can make the construction like a stone. Okay, so crushed sand is a very important material. It is eco-friendly. There is no any harm to the environment by using the crushed sand. On the other side, crushed sand, by using crushed sand you can reduce the loss to the environment. So we are reduce the use of the natural sand from the river. So right now everyone is using the river sand continuously during last 5 to 6 year. Because of the overutilization of the natural sand, there is a deficiency of the natural sand in the river. So we won't get natural sand right now because of the overutilization during the 5 to 6 years. So the crushed sand is one of the material which will find a best alternative solution for the natural sand. So crushed sand is having very good cementing property. It will mix thoroughly with the cement and create a good kind of the construction bond. Okay, so everyone is using right now crushed sand because of its strength. Then the next important property is the durability. Crushed sand is one of the durable construction material right now, which is prepared by the human being. So it is one of the important artificial construction material which can create a durable structure. So high-rise building, more than 5 to 6 story building, can be right now constructed by using the crushed sand, certain proportion of the crushed sand. If you are using the crushed sand for the high-rise building, then you have to fix the proportion of the use of the crushed sand. So suppose we are using M15 grade of the concrete, then instead of using 12 gamelas of natural sand, you can reduce that quantity of the natural sand to 8 60/40. So you can reduce the use of the natural sand by 40% and use the, instead of that of 40%, you can use the 40% of the natural sand. So by using such, you can reduce the cost of the construction as well as you can reduce the loss to the environment. Okay, so if you are using one kind of material from the nature, then that kind of material will be vanished from this world. Okay, so instead of vanishing, it should be maintained. So the use of the natural material should be maintained and properly controlled. So use of the crushed sand is one of the method of maintaining or controlling the overutilization of the natural resources. Then the very important advantages of the crushed sand is it is a sustainable construction material. Sustainable means it can be used by the next generation also. So by using the crushed sand, it is a sand is a non-renewable. You can not renew the sand, but you can if you control the use of the sand right now, then that material can be reached to the next generation also. So crushed sand is a sustainable construction material which is artificially, so it is artificially prepared, therefore it is called as a artificial construction material. And why it is sustainable? Because uh, you can reach, or you can keep that material maintained for the next generation also, therefore it is a sustainable construction material.